So just 1 month ago, this is what my desk setup looked like. I created this setup because I needed something that was going to be able to do all of my productivity work as well as content creation. And don't get me wrong, that setup worked perfectly fine for what I needed it for. But recently I've gotten back into gaming and I want to start streaming again, and I needed a setup that was going to be able to do all the stuff that I already do as well as gaming and streaming. So what I did was look for some of the parts that I needed, and this is what I was able to put together. Okay guys, so let's get started with this desk setup tour. So first, let's talk about the monitor layout, since this is the biggest change from the old setup. On the old setup, we obviously only had one monitor, which was this one actually right here. But now we have three monitors. We have the main one, the one on top, and the side monitors. So let's talk about the main one first. This is a monitor from BenQ. It's a 27-inch 144Hz monitor, and if you guys have been a fan of this channel for a while now, you will know that this used to be my main monitor. I think the video came out a couple months ago. But basically, I used a monitor for gaming, and since I am getting back into gaming and streaming and all that kind of stuff, I did want to bring back the high refresh rate monitor, since I do play games like Fortnite and Valorant, which there is a little bit of an advantage of having a high refresh rate monitor. So moving on to the second monitor. So this used to be my main monitor. As I said, it's an LG 29-inch ultra wide monitor. I don't know if you guys can see the logo there or not, but yeah, this used to be my main monitor in the old setup, if you guys saw in the intro as well, and it's now my second monitor, and I put it in a vertical mode. So I actually went on Discord and I showed some people what this setup looked like, and they were questioning why I had this monitor in a vertical mode instead of a horizontal one. The main reason why is because whenever I'm editing on here on the main monitor, or whenever I'm gaming, I like to first have File Explorer open on here, so whenever I'm editing, I can easily import files into Premiere Pro without having to like switch tabs on the main monitor. And then when I'm gaming and when I'm streaming at the same time, I like having OBS open on here because I prefer to read chat from like top to bottom instead of having it on a horizontal monitor. It's just so much nicer to read it on a vertical one, which is kind of why some people use their phone to read chat. They just prefer reading it on a vertical text. And I also find it better for space. So like, as you guys can see, it doesn't take as much space when it's vertical. If it was horizontal though, it would obviously go over the desk space. So I like having it vertical. It saves a lot of space and it's super functional. So moving on to the third monitor here, it's actually an RCA 24-inch TV. It's not a monitor, but it still works really great for a third monitor. And I also got questions about this on what I actually use this for. So whenever I am editing videos, I like to search up sound effects and music for what I'm going to use in the video on this monitor instead of obviously switching windows. And then I also use this whenever I'm streaming. So I have like OBS open here, I have the game open, and then I'll have like Discord and iTunes, like music, stuff like that playing on this one. So every monitor does have a purpose. It's not that I just don't have them for like no reason. So that's the new monitor setup and why I have all these monitors. Let's move on to the things that are actually mounted here as well. So first with the ring light. So if you guys have been following my Twitch for a little bit, you will know that I used to use a huge softbox. This would come like sit right here. I'll try to find a clip if I can't, but basically it was just a softbox on a stand, and basically it would just light the entire room. And the problem with that is that it would just completely kill the RGB effect. So I have all these RGB strips around my room, and when I turned on the softbox, it basically just killed the entire effect. So I wanted to get a smaller light that would just light my face but not the entire room, and this ring light has worked perfectly. And also mounted here, we have my webcam, which is the Sony a6000. I normally have the kit lens attached to it, but I'm actually using the kit lens to record this video. But yeah, if you guys are looking to get into content creation or streaming and take it a little bit more seriously, I do recommend getting a camera as a webcam or just for recording. So this is a pretty cheap camera setup. Basically for the body and the kit lens, I only spent around $350 in Canadian dollars, so it would be a little bit cheaper American. Basically look on sites like eBay and Facebook Marketplace and you can find some really good deals. So moving on to peripherals here, this is the Drevo Caliber V2 Tournament Edition. I actually made a video on this a couple months ago on me upgrading this thing. It used to have like some cheap blue switches, and now it actually has Huano Tom switches, which is this really nice tactical switch. It feels really nice. And basically I also added a new keycap set, but as you guys can see, I actually brought it back to the default one just because I think it fit better with the setup. So I brought it back. It's still a really good keyboard and it really feels nice, and yeah, I totally would recommend it. For the mouse, I have the Logitech G305, which I've been using for such a long time now. I think in every setup video it has been this mouse, but I've been recently transitioning to this mouse here, which I do prefer for gaming, which is the Logitech G402. And the reason I like this a lot is because of the amount of buttons on it. So as you guys can can see there's like 5-6 side buttons. It's pretty crazy. I used to use this mouse before upgrading to this thing, but I do kind of want to switch back to this since I do prefer it. It is wired, so I'm looking to get like a bungee for it, but it's such a nice mouse and I'm really looking to switch back to it. This mouse pad here is just some generic one I got off Amazon. It was like $10. Nothing crazy. It doesn't feel the best. I have been looking into like one of the TechSource one or the Gutsy Aiden ones, but I'm just not too sure which one I want to get yet. So this is the one I'm using right now. It doesn't look too bad, but yeah, definitely want to look for an upgrade. So moving on to the PC, I actually made a full video on this just a couple weeks ago. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this, you guys can check out the video, be in the description below. Basically, it has an i7-8700K, a GTX 1070, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more about this, the video will be in the description. It's been a really good upgrade since my old PC, since I haven't upgraded my PC for a while. So having this PC is really great when I want to stream and game. It can easily do that. I can also do all my video editing perfectly fine. Behind the PC, I actually have my external hard drive, which I store all my videos on. So this video will also go on this external hard drive. I think it's like 1 terabyte of storage. It's not the most, but I actually bought a new hard drive, so I will install that soon. And pretty much, guys, that is all the items on top of the desk. So now let's look under the desk where I actually have all the cables, which are covered. So basically here is a Vivo desk sleeve, I think it's called, and I actually installed it in a TikTok I uploaded a couple months ago, but I think I deleted it now. But basically it puts all of your wires, all of your power bars into this sleeve. So I'll actually show you guys the backside. Basically, as you guys can see, all of the wires are just going crazy in the back here, but since the sleeve is basically holding all of the cable bars and basically hiding all of the wires, it does look a lot better from the front aside from this Ethernet cable that's coming out, just because I was trying to test something. But yeah, if you guys are lazy like me and you want to get really good cable management, I would look into this. It is a little bit expensive, but yeah, it saves a lot of time with trying to actual cable management your setup. And the last thing to talk about is the chair. So I actually had this chair for quite a while now. It was from my old setup and it's super comfortable. I did remove the cushion that I used to have, which would kind of support my back, but I kind of feel like it kind of hurt my back more than supported it. So this chair is still being used here. It's not the best thing in the world. I am having a little bit of back problems, so I'm looking to get into a better chair, or looking to buy a new chair, sorry. But yeah, I'm still using this one. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely could do better. But with all that, guys, that is basically the entire gaming setup tour. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.